What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of What's on My Shelf, where we get into my collection, what's on my shelf, and more importantly, we try to get into specific sets. I know at some point there's going to come a point where I'm not going to be able to go into a whole set because I only have the ones that I like, but that's okay for now. As I was thinking about what set or collection I wanted to go into this episode, I thought to myself, I do want to be the very best, like no one ever was. So then I thought, how about we get into some Pokemon? Alright, so I figured for this episode, instead of showing you boxes and the pop, because, I mean, obviously the pop is what you come for, right? I'm going to go into just the pop on the shelf. Now, for the pops that I have of Pokemon that are inside of a box, I'll just pull the box out and show you the box and show you the pop in the box. I won't actually take it out. So let's get into the first pop on the shelf, which is going to be one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and that is Mewtwo. He is one of the original 151, which is the generation that I love. I'm a Kanto region kind of guy. I love the original 151. That's what I grew up on. That's how I may have listened to Gen 2 a little bit, and then I fell out, got back into it a couple years ago, trying to learn all the new Pokemon and everything. But just like most people my age, I love 151, the original. That's where I stand. And Mewtwo is one of my favorites from that original group. But yeah, good pop. I think there's a flock version, or there's a special version. I can't remember exactly. I just have the common, but even the common is still a decent value pop because Mewtwo is a pretty big name in the Pokemon community. So, as you can see, the first one on the list, Mewtwo. Next up, as we get into the box and the collection, you'll see that I have different variations of different Pokemon in pop form. But the ones that are on my shelf, as you can see behind me, it's empty right now on the bottom row. I'm going to showcase the original 3 starters from Kanto, which include the regular common pop of Squirtle. It includes the regular common pop of Bulbasaur. And for the shelf's sake, I went with the metallic Charmander. Charmander was always my favorite out of the original 3 starters. Charmander into Charizard always will hold a special place in my heart. I love Charmander. It was always tough in the game picking Charmander first because you know the first gym is going to be Brock. Brock is like rock and fighting type. Really difficult with the fire, so you really had to try to focus on getting other Pokemon like Caterpie, Pidgey, and those Pokemon leveled up before you reached Brock. But Charmander is my favorite. Squirtle is probably my second. Bulbasaur comes in third. And then, you know, as we kept going on in the show and kept going on in the games with Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu became the starting Pokemon in Yellow, where this is who you started off as. He's probably, I would imagine, the most popular Pokemon of all time. If not, it might be, he definitely is in the top 5. It might be somebody else that's come along. I know like Lucario is popular, Charizard is popular, obviously. But Pikachu is definitely Ash's Pokemon. One of the biggest stars of all time. You might not recognize every Pokemon that's ever been created, but no matter where you go in the world, if you see a picture of Pikachu, you know who he is. So I went with this Pikachu. I definitely have other ones that I'm going to show you as I go through my collection. But those are the 4, the original 3, and then can't end it off without Pikachu. Okay, next up is a couple of dragons. Well, yeah, dragons. One is their actual, they're both dragons, okay? We got Dragonite, which is, again, you'll see a common theme. Original 151. Evolves from Dratini into Dragonair, and then evolves into Dragonite. Very powerful Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. I love this pop. And for a Funko Pop, it's pretty heavy. But yeah, I love this design. I love when they came out with them. I immediately picked them up. Dragonite is the big one in my eyes. And then, of course, my favorite, probably, no, second favorite of all time, Haunter is my favorite, just because Haunter is Haunter. But Charizard, probably my second favorite Pokemon of all time. I love the design of this one. I know they have a different version of this one where he is he diamond? Is he shimmery? Or metallic? He might be metallic, but I know they have a con exclusive one of him. This is just the common Charizard, but pretty dope, man. I love his wings. But yeah, these are the two dragons. Gotta love yourself some dragons, whether it be in Pokemon or anything else. Dragons are pretty cool, don't you agree? Next one up, we got the one that loves to play with the spoons himself, and that is Alakazam. I do like Alakazam. I thought he was a cool Pokemon, man. His psychic ability is second to none, man. He's super powerful and super cool. I love the design of it. I love the design of the pop. I thought the fact that they added the spoons in was a very nice touch. I mean, you couldn't really make a Alakazam pop without the spoons. But yes, I do love this pop, as I love all my pops that I have. But yes, Alakazam is the next one up on my shelf. Then we move on to the one and the only, the last one of the 151 of the original, and that is Mr. Mew. I love, love, love this pop design, man. I like that they have it looking like he's floating with the clear stand. He's got his tail wrapped around him. Iconic look. And the fact that he has the blue eyes instead of just your normal Funko Pop black eyes. I love that, man. I hope they continue to make more Mew pops. More original 151 pops. That would be awesome. But can I have Pokemon Funko Pops without having Mew in your collection? Then we start off with Lucario. What a cool Pokemon, man. He's so dope. He's like a little freaking ninja, right, man? Like, he's got the design around it, wrapped around his eyes that makes it look like he's wearing like a little tie around him. He's got the I love his little, what is this, ears or hair? I'm not too sure. I want to say it's his hair, but I love that it's hanging out the back like that. He just looks like a cold, hard ninja, man. I love him. I love Lucario. This is a great pop. Another one that I knew I had to have when they came out with him. I believe they have a jumbo size of Lucario as well that I do not have. And I'm not going to get it. I'm not really in the jumbo pops too much anymore. But yeah, I knew I had to get the regular size Lucario when I saw that they came out with them. So the last set up on my shelf right here, I'm not going to really pull down all of them. I will just talk about them from here. We have the Diamond Eevee, which I love Eevee. The fact that Eevee can evolve into pretty much anything at this point is amazing. But we have Diamond Eevee. We have Diamond Flareon right there. We have Flocked Glaceon, Flocked Espeon, and then common pops up top of Vaporeon, Sylveon, Leafeon, and Jolteon. Let me know in the comments down below which Eevee evolution is your favorite. I've always been a personal fan of Flareon. I'm a big fire person. I love fire units, fire Pokemon, fire like characters in video games. I love fire when it comes to that kind of stuff. So let me know down below which Eevee evolution is your favorite. And don't worry, we still have one more Eevee evolution to talk about. As promised, we have one more Eevee evolution, and this is the newest one that has come in. It is a Chalice Collectibles exclusive flocked version of Umbreon, which is a cool pop. I love that it's flocked, and as you can see there, I did get the pre-release version. It's just an extra sticker that just means I pre-ordered it before it actually came out. But that's pretty cool because if you bought it from Chalice after it came out, it had the Chalice sticker and it has the flock sticker, but it does not have the pre-release sticker, which does add a little bit more value to it if one day I do want to sell my collection. But for now, Pokemon right there. I love Umbreon. Probably after Flareon, might be my second favorite Eevee evolution. Umbreon is pretty dope. I love Umbreon. And I love that it's flocked and that it's pre-released. So yeah, flocked Umbreon. So going through the rest of my collection, I'll just get through a few at a time. I do also have the common version of Espeon. Like I said, that Espeon is the flocked version. That's the one that I wanted on my shelf, but I do have the common one. We're going to keep moving on. Is a common version of Apom. They have recently come out with a flocked version. I have not picked that one up just yet. I believe that's a Funko specialty series version. I'm not 100% sure of that exclusive, but I do have the common of Apom. And then I also have another starter. We have Sobble. Can't remember which generation Sobble is in. Like I said, after the first and a little bit into the second, I kind of fell off for a while. But I do know that Sobble is a cool Pokemon, and he is one of the starters. So those are 3 of my collection. Next up, we have the original starter Pokemon again. Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. But these ones are the 25th anniversary, and they are silver. I really like them. I love that they have the 25th anniversary sticker on them. They're all silver. I don't think they're metallic, though. I've never actually taken these out the box. I just think they're painted silver. But yeah, so I have all 3 of those. And then, although the Pikachu, for some reason, doesn't have the 25th anniversary sticker, I don't know if it's supposed to. If it does, maybe I got maybe I picked up one that didn't have the sticker on it. Not really sure, or tripping, to be honest with you. But they are all silver ones right there. 25th anniversary. I'm going to just say that Pikachu is 25th anniversary. But there you have it. Another set of the original 3 plus Pikachu. Okay. Next up is another common pop of one that I have on the shelf. That is common Eevee. I do have Eevee right there, as I mentioned earlier. But that one is Diamond. I do have the common one as well. And then I have a common, which is dope. I love this Pokemon. I was really happy that they created this Funko Pop of this Pokemon. And that is Arcanine. I think it's such a cool pop. I'm not sure if they have a flocked version. But if they don't, what are you guys doing, Funko? This is a freaking, like, dog, wolf, tiger thing, whatever he is. He needs to be flocked. All his mane needs to be flocked. So give me a flocked version. I will definitely get it. I love Arcanine. I love Growlithe. His lower, the version he is before he evolves into Arcanine. But there is Arcanine. Next on the Pokemon Funko Pop list is going to be another starter from another generation. That is Piplup. I like this pop. Very simple but very cute. Little pigeon looking guy. Piplup. Pretty cool pop. Moving on to another starter, and that is going to be Scorbunny. I do like picking up whenever they release starter Pokemon in Funko Pop form. I do like to make sure I pick those up, even if I didn't collect those or play them or understood who they were before I got back into the cards. I do like picking up starters, so there you go. Scorbunny, even with the little band-aid on his nose. He's so cute. And then next up, we're going back to 151, and that is Pikachu's evolved form, Raichu. I'm sorry, Pikachu, don't get mad at me. I know Ash's Pikachu said, I ain't evolving for nothing, but we got Raichu right there, his evolved form. Pretty cool pop, pretty simple. I wish they would have added like some electricity around him. That would have been pretty dope. But nonetheless, we have Raichu. Getting into our next pop, we have one, I think, if I remember the show right, I think this was technically Ash's first caught Pokemon in the TV series. The first Pokemon he actually caught with a Pokeball. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But we have Caterpie, who evolves into Metapod, who evolves into Butterfree. Pretty cool evolution set, right? Or evolution of them. I hope that they make all of them so that I can have the full evolution set. But for now, we have Caterpie. Next up, we have Pichu, which is not part of the original 151. Don't get it confused. This is not Pikachu. This is Pichu, his little baby brother. Actually, I don't know. I just know that he's not Pikachu. But I thought it was cute when I saw it in the store when I picked it up. So, there's Pichu. And then next up, we have Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. The little mouse that could. Original 151, of course. I love my 151. But yeah, we have Rat-a-tat. We have Team Rocket's little puppet himself, right here, Meowth, next up on the list. Still, original 151, so, you know, I'll let it pass, but he was a little jerk in the show. But yes, we have Meowth right there, his common pop. Then we move on to Growlithe. I mentioned him earlier. We do have Arcanine and Growlithe. I'm not gonna look for the Arcanine again, but I like the fact when they create Funkos of the whole evolution set. Pretty cool. Next up, we can get maybe they'll create a Mega Arcanine. Who knows? But we do have Growlithe again, Mecha Flock version. Then next up, we have one of the coolest Pokemon. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite from the original 151, but he's definitely one of the coolest, and that is Lapras. I always like using Lapras in Pokemon, the game, like Pokemon Red or Blue. I thought Lapras was pretty dope, pretty strong. He could learn Surf. If you know, you know. But yes, Lapras right there, a part of the original 151. We are getting down to the last few that I have in my collection. Next one up is another common of 151, and that is Mr. Psyduck. I love Psyduck. I thought he was a pretty dope Pokemon. I love how they made him kind of derpy. He evolves into Golduck, which is much stronger Pokemon, but Psyduck was pretty strong. You just had to know how to tap into his energy and his consciousness that he had. But yes, Psyduck right there. Then we have another, like I said earlier in the video, I was always a fan of fire units, whether it's Pokemon or any other character in the game. I used to love using Ponyta that evolved into Rapidash. Love Ponyta, love his fire main. Again, Funko, make him flocked. Or, if you want to be cool, you could always make the fire, like his mane and his tail, shiny, diamond. That would be pretty dope. And then the next one up is not original 151. I don't know too much about him, but again, I like picking up Pokemon Pops, and that is Munchlax. This one just came out recently. He came out with the Espeon and Oshawott set. Those three that came out. I believe also Munchlax has a jumbo size pop as well. But yes, Munchlax is the next one up on the list. We have 8 more left, and we're going to fire through these. I have one of my favorites also from 151, which is Cubone. I used to love Cubone, evolving to Marowak. Cubone was part of that Silph in the game where you had to, if you know, you know. I'm not going to get into it with Team Rocket and Giovanni and Silph and Lavender Town and everything, but Cubone is a pretty strong Pokemon. Will beat the crap out of you with that bone in his hand. But I did love me some Cubone. Then, just like the Munchlax, I mentioned it earlier, Oshawott. He is one of the starters from another generation. Again, I'm not too keen on which generation, but I like picking up starters. So we have Oshawott right there. Then we get into another 151er, Horsey, that evolves into Seadra. I do know that Seadra evolves into something else now. But the original had just Horsey and Seadra. Like this pop a lot. I thought this pretty cool how they have him looking like he's swimming or floating in water. Pretty dope pop as well. Then we move on to Pidgeotto, which is interesting because do they have a Pidgey and a Pidgeot pop? I'm not too sure. If they do, I don't have them. But we do have Pidgeotto. Came out with the Caterpie and Dragonite set. Do like Pidgeotto. That is the middle evolution. Not Pidgey, not Pidgeot. But we do have Pidgeotto. Then we get into the common of Charmander, which is that common, or that pop right there. That Charmander, like I said earlier, is the metallic version. This is just the common. So I do have the common of that. Then we get into yet another Pikachu, which this one, he's pretty pissed off. He looks like he's about to attack somebody, so watch out. Came out with the Meowth and Psyduck set. I do like that Pikachu. I do have another Pikachu, but I don't know where it is. It's the GameStop exclusive Diamond version, which I'll put a picture of it up there right now. But yes, I do have it. I don't know where it is right now, though. It's in one of my other boxes. My Pokemon box got too full, okay? Next up, we have Vulpix. I like me some Vulpix. Another fire unit. Came out with the Mewtwo Mr. Mime Pichu set. But Vulpix right there. I like me some Vulpix. And then last but not least in my set is going to be Mr. Mime. I thought he was a pretty cool Pokemon. A little mime that used to not say nothing and just I thought he was pretty cool, so I do like that. Came out with that set, as you saw with the Vulpix. But that is the last Pokemon Pop that I could find in my box. There might be some more scragglers, but that's the rest of them. Let me know which Pokemon Funko Pop you like the best. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is episode 5 of What's on My Shelf, Pokemon Edition. Like I said a second ago, comment down below which Pokemon you like the best. If you don't mind, make it the original 151. But if it's another one, that's fine too. I'll take it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But until episode 6 comes out, it's your boy JD, and I'm out this thing, baby. Peace.